You see the button. AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. That is I. Oh, hold on.
AllBall suckers. Yes.
Him. That is him.
Live and flesh in the building.
What's going on, my brother? Thursday, July 4th.
Oh, man. 4th of July, special edition, man, for the people. Listen, man, let's get right to it. Happy 4th to everybody.
Cuatro de Julio. Not the Cinco de Mayo. It's Cuatro de Julio in the States.
Cuatro
Not everybody.
Hold on. Cuatro Don Julio? Oh, man, that's a drink, huh?
That's a drink. That's saucy wassy. That's a woo.
Be careful with them fireworks out there, everybody, man. Please be careful.
I was just talking about that earlier with my coworkers. I remember when, because there was like some stuff going off already. It looked like somebody had the fireworks going off and they were going up. They were telling me, and the last one, that last kaboom went off and it didn't go up. It looked like it was shoulder level. So I don't know if the guy's all right. Hopefully he's okay, because I stopped really messing with fireworks like that when I heard about my man's, like a classmate's brother, like his hand got blown off or something from an M80. I said, okay, that's not for me, man.
Let's go, man. I'm the laugh at somebody getting a hand blown off with an M80. Let's get the show started.
That is crazy that you laughed. You said let's be safe out there, and I give you a whole warning, and this guy goes, chuckle. This guy's crazy. Good morning, fellas. Happy 4th. Speed Demon, what's good? Darren Gale, what's good? Jamie Harlem, 143. What's popping, man?
Let's go, Harlem. Big shout out Harlem. Harlem in the building.
We know what's popping over here. More rumors. It's the off season, so guess what? We got to go after it. New York Knicks, baby. According to the Athletic, well, this is the Athletics trade proposal. JLE Edwards, who covers the Detroit Pistons, suggests this trade between the Knicks and the Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons get Mitchell Robinson, Miles McBride, a 2025 first-round pick, which is Detroit getting their draft pick back, and multiple SRP. I guess that's whatever. And New York gets Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey. So I guess they went through this here, both sides, multiple future second picks. I guess so. That's what okay. So SRP or second round pick. All right. The Knicks need to shed about $4.3 million to avoid this. Detroit can capitalize on this, given its remaining financial flexibility, while still addressing needs in the process. And the first apron, second apron, all the stuff that's tough to understand, the big puzzle. But more importantly, obviously, he's talking about a way to address the Mitchell Robinson injury. He's injury prone, and also the cap, us remaining under the cap. And really, since this guy covers the Detroit Pistons, JL Edwards the third, if he covers the Pistons, this pick from the Pistons, that's them getting their pick back. You saw the Nets just did that with the Houston Rockets. That's why we were able to make this trade with the Mikal Bridges. The Nets had given up their draft picks to Phoenix, I think it was. Then the Rockets got it back from Phoenix. Or that was in the James Harden trade. So the Nets got their first round pick back. And that's all because they lost a lot. They were going to lose Mikal Bridges. They lost Kevin Durant. They're in rebuild mode. And they're going for Cooper Flag next season. So they're all tanking. If Detroit does this, they're tanking for Cooper Flag as well. That's what that would mean. All ball. How do you feel about Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey coming to the Knicks for Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride?
You see my face, right? Get out of here with that silly trade. Keep whatever Detroit got, keep that over there. We ain't giving up no Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride. Nah, man. No. Like, see, this is my problem. We don't have to jump out the window. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We don't have to win the title next year. Let's just keep making the right moves until we get there. Like, come on, man. Nah, I don't like that trade at all. No disrespect to those guys over there in Detroit, but I don't want nothing coming out of Detroit at this point. I wouldn't even take Cade Cunningham at this point. That's a fact. Yeah, but nah, I'm not giving up Deuce. Deuce proved that he's legit coming off the bench. And what we gonna give a bench scoring? Ivy, them guys ain't great scorers. Like, nah, man. And like I said, Mitchell Robinson, what he did in that Philadelphia series should be enough proof that we need him on this roster. Habu, he did a great job against the MVP, well, the former MVP, Joel Embiid. So and then we got rid of Hartenstein. So, well, we didn't get rid of him, we lost him. So it's like, why would we even be thinking about shipping Mitchell Robinson unless we're thinking about going small ball? Nah, I don't like it. Look how much bigger pause Indiana got. So my thing is this: we're in the East. If we don't have no big man, these are the guys we got to deal with in the East. We got to deal with Porzingis. We got to deal with Giannis. We got to deal with Embiid and Drummond. We got to deal with Jared Allen and Mobley. We got to deal with Bam Adebayo. What are we doing that without a Mitchell Robinson? Like, come on, man. Like, make it make sense. My opinion, I think these rumors have nothing to do with the Knicks. The way La Cosa Rosa has been moving, this is nowhere. I know for a fact he ain't got nothing to do with this. These are just things being thrown out there because this is not a smart move at all. At all. Especially if we getting Mitchell Robinson back fully healthy. Deuce McBride proved he's a legit scorer coming off the bench. And there's many games where he came through for us. I just don't see us giving up our guys like that. Nah, that's not a major splash. No, so I don't like it. I'm pretty sure it's rumors. It's cute to speculate, but I don't see us doing nothing like that. That's going backwards. I'm sorry. That's going backwards. Mitchell Robinson, imagine us fully healthy this season. I think everybody deserves a shot to come back and see what we can do fully healthy. Now, if a trade comes along that you have to take that makes sense, then I get it. But no, not nothing like that. No. Oh, and then I forgot. Yeah, like I said, dealing with Indiana, they just got Wiseman, who we thought we should have picked up. So that's another team that got a little longer. Pause. Like, come on, man. No. So I don't like that trade. I don't like nothing about it. And once again, I don't want nothing coming out of Detroit at this point. Nothing. I wouldn't even take Cade Cunningham. Nope. Keep that trade over there. Big shout out Detroit, though. Great city.
I 100% agree with you. Duren is a kid, a work in progress. We already have enough rookies on the team. Is he going to be better than Mitchell Robinson? Maybe. He might be better than him in the long run, but I don't know if he fits Tibbs' system. I was looking up his accolades in college. There wasn't no, nothing that stood out that would make it worthwhile. Jaden Ivey, I think they finally moved him to point guard. I know Cade is a better passer, but Jaden Ivey was the big draft pick before that. And that sounds good, but how much money is he gonna want? Deuce McBride fits the system. He's already under contract. I know they're trying to figure out ways to break down the Nets trade because you can't just straight up trade Mikal Bridges for what we gave him in Bogey and everything. They need to add more to that deal so that we don't get more money back. Because Mikal Bridges, the contract is more expensive. So if it's more expensive than Bogey, it's gonna hit our cap, like, whether it's double or whatever it is. We're trying to avoid paying 50% more for Mikal Bridges. But we're also trading for somebody that we know what they do in this league. We don't know what Jalen Duren's going to do in this league. We don't know what Jaden Ivey's going to do in this league. So far, we pretty much know what Deuce McBride's going to do. And we definitely know what Mitchell Robinson's going to do. Like, we seen him at his best. He played his best at the beginning of last season. and we were loving it because we weren't doing great. We were competitive, and I almost forgot until they mentioned it. He had like 30 more offensive rebounds than anybody in the league. Webber was in second place. He was going crazy. We just didn't have the OG to really make that lineup another force. So I gotta agree with you, man. You know, it is clickbait, like you said, Darren Gale, but what you gonna do? It makes for conversation. Sometimes you need to hear the opposite. You need to get a question in mind because it's a conversation. It always just like, you know, if you guys are single out there, whatever it is, you date around because you want to make sure that whoever you think you really like them. Sometimes that's what it takes. That's how you kind of date and you snoop around, you flirt a little bit over here, and you see like, that's cool and all, but I know I got something now. So with this, as fans, we're doing all the flirting because we don't know what the hell Leon Rose got in mind. There's no way they're a part of that plan. There's no way Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren are part of their plans to replace Mitchell Robinson. That got to be a surefire thing because it's not just about us. They ain't doing this to fulfill us in terms of like our fantasy or whatever as fans. No, they're doing it to fulfill the ultimate team goal. Yo, remember all the rumors we heard before the offseason started? They're saving all these draft picks for their superstar. And they threw us all off, not mentioning Mikal Bridges not one time.
Yeah.
They were going for the fit. And we're not, I don't know. Well, I know some Knicks fans that are complaining about it because they're nuts. 5 first-round draft picks, is that in the third? Memphis was going to give them 4. Was going to give the Phoenix Suns 4 draft picks, 4 first-round draft picks for Mikal Bridges. He's been to the finals. He's been the leader of a defense before. That's what we want him to do. We don't want him to lead the offense. We want him to lead the defense along with OG Anunoby. So I 1,000% agree with you. All these rumors, I'll entertain them, but you're going to see us exercising our free speech as fans more than anything else because when we tell you no, we mean no. Who's the guy that we said we definitely go trade Mitchell Robinson for?
I mean, the young man over there in Utah, marketing. You know, if we could get, you know, a guy like Cat. I'm just saying for me, you know, guys like that with, you know, now if we packaging up Deuce and, you know, Mitchell Robinson to get a marketing or a Cat or something like that and all them picked in. But, you know, you said something a little while ago, you know, that we don't know what Duren and Ivy would do. Yes, we do. They in Detroit winning 2 games. What are you talking about? I seen what the whole Detroit Pistons roster can do. They can't win. I don't want nothing to do with that. Get out of here with that. No. Nah, man. So, like I said, I know for a fact this is just people throwing things out. But us as Knicks fans, we just have to be patient. And to me, that's the key to life. That's the key to a lot of things, just being patient. I always bring up the Golden State Warriors. Look how patient they was with Steph Curry. Look how patient they was with everything, and look what they become. Look at Boston Celtics. Patience. They could have been gave up on Tatum and Brown duo. Patience. You wait, and you strike when the iron is hot. Oh my God, we can go get Drew Holiday. Let's go trade for Porzingis. Same thing with us. Be patient. We got Mikal Bridges. Remember, Randall, OG, Mitch was injured. Brunson all season. Hobbled. Let's come back now fully healthy. Let's see how we match up with the Bostons, the Philadelphias, the Milwaukees, when us all fully healthy. And now let's see, okay, we may need another piece. We may not need another piece. Let's see. We don't know until we're fully healthy and we go up against those guys. Let's see what happens when we meet up in the playoffs with Boston, Philly, and Milwaukee. And depending on the outcome, okay, we got to make more moves. But we can't just be doing stuff just to do it. No. And there's no need to be getting no more younger players when we have a whole bunch over there already. Let's not forget DiVincenzo, Brunson, McBride. Guys is young.
Ain't nobody over 30 years old on the team.
Right. See what I'm saying? Come on. So you know, we just need to make the right move. And we still have up until February to the trade deadline. So we don't have to be doing anything right now. The season ain't even started yet. So, I don't want to have nothing to do with the Detroit Pistons. With none of their players. Especially giving up Mitch and Deuce, who are vital to this lineup. to this roster. Like I said, we don't win that Philadelphia series without Mitchell Robinson. If Mitchell Robinson doesn't come back hobbled, we lose that series. Because the job he was doing on Embiid was nothing less than spectacular. And they were both hobbled, so I give you that. But I'm just saying, a hobbled Embiid, Hartenstein literally couldn't stay on the floor. Literally. And then we had some games where Deuce came in and hit shot after shot. So, nah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling giving up none of our guys. Like I said, I think we owe it all to them to come back fully healthy in the season and see what can happen. Now, like I said, if something comes up, before trade deadline that makes sense, then I get it. But this right here, nah, I think we made our big splash in getting Mikal Bridges. And then what we did in the draft, getting a solid backup point guard, getting 5 extra second-round picks. So, nah, I think we did our due diligence. Let's, Knicks fans, let's not panic because of the move Philadelphia made. Let's relax. I understand they got Paul George Drummond, but we made the move we needed to move. We needed to make. So let's calm down, let's relax. And like I said, let's put the product on the floor and see how it matches up with these great teams. And then we can start saying, okay, we got to start doing what we got to do. But right now, nah, we good. We solid. Like I said, look at the lineups. Look at the lineups we can play with. We can go small ball with Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randall, Hart, coming off the bench, Mitch, Deuce, DiVincenzo. Or we can go Brunson, DiVincenzo at the 2, Mitch at the 3. Bridges, OG, Mitch. However we want to do that. Like, just look at this lineup. Brunson at the 1, Bridges at the 2, OG at the 3, Randall at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. Coming off the bench, DiVincenzo, Hart, Deuce McBride. If we keep Precious, listen, we legit. And I'm the panicker. Let's slow down, especially with a trade like that. Nah, no.
Let's stay put. I like that too, because even when you get Randall out of the game and you just go straight rebound and defense and you put Josh Hart in there with the real Nova Knicks lineup, that's gonna be vicious when we see that. We're gonna just be hyped off of a Nova starting lineup. Maybe OG at the 5, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Bridges, Josh Hart, any combination, put OG at the 5. It's gonna be just, I know for them, imagine what they're gonna feel like. You got to play with your people that you were playing since you were playing basketball with since 18, that you won with at 18, 19, 20 years old. That's gonna be amazing. I like what Mitchell Robinson said too on the Snapchat. I know it's all talk and it's all off-season chatter. On Snapchat, somebody put, a throwback, and his video was circulating yesterday, because when Mitchell Robinson was slimmer before he bulked up, he was going bananas.
Right.
And there's a video right here.
Oh.
That was you know who that was. So he has some lineups here. Look at how he looks, man.
Yeah.
It's more spring.
You just got to get in better shape, man. That's all. Like I said, listen, man, these guys got the money. They got the nutritionists. They got everything. Just take advantage of it, man. That's why I say it's either you want to be good or you want to be great. Look, Mitchell Robinson in shape is probably top 5 big man in the league, especially when it comes to rebounding in defense.
Sticking to what he does. And I think now after that summer, he came back and he bulked up and gained 25 pounds. And the Knicks were bragging about it, and I hated it. Matter of fact, the same summer, he came back 25 pounds heavier, supposedly, DK and Anthony Davis. And I didn't like either one of them gaining weight. I'm just like, why would you do that?
But especially today, where, like I said, I'm gonna keep preaching it. There's no dominant big man. Like, even with the Joker putting you on the block, he's not dominant as far as his dominance comes from the perimeter and running the point guard position. as big as Embiid is, he's out in the 3-point area more than anything. He wants to be a guard. So listen, man, you see a lot of the teams that either win the finals or go to the finals, they got those big men that, you know, it's like the /4-5 position where they could cut to the basket. They slimmer, they more agile, more athletic. So yeah, it's different if you got to guard Shaq, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. Okay, you got to put a little weight on. But today, nah, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that because it's to me, it's gonna hurt your game, especially if you're not a guy that it ain't like Mitch is putting on 25 pounds and he's down there in the post. His thing is getting up and down the floor, getting those alley-oops, things like that, running out, contesting shots. You're not going to be able to do that as quick and as fast if you overweight. So yeah, that's why I don't have no problem with us right now as far as like thirsty to get a big man and us losing Hartenstein. There's no dominant big men in the league. Brook Lopez, I remember Brook Lopez, you couldn't get him out the paint. Now he's at the 3-point lines literally 75% of the game. So the teams with the big men, they don't take advantage when enough. Look what Miami's been doing all these years with Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is about 6'8". He might be 6'9" with the sneakers on. He's their anchor. And they've got to the finals, conference finals. So miss me with you need a big man, and no, you don't. You need guys that's smart, that's tough, and that can play. And that can stay healthy. More so than anything. So, yeah, Mitch, man, let's get back to this, man. Let's get in better shape, brother, because we need you and we want you over here. Pause.
No, I also like what you said with Brook Lopez, because with Brook Lopez, it was a natural thing for him to go to the 3-point line. He was in the paint, but he also had those fadeaways. He looked like a big guard sometimes, the way he would do not a step back, but I guess a side step.
Right.
And he would kind of fade away. So him going to the 3-point line wasn't really a thing for me. Like Akeem Olajuwon back in the day, it wasn't a surprise to me that Kenny Smith said he could shoot threes. I seen him shoot threes. I seen him shoot 20-footers, 18-footers. Patrick Ewing, I could have seen him in this era shooting 3-pointers because we used to see him shoot from 18, 20 feet. It wouldn't have been nothing to see that. We don't see Mitchell Robinson doing any of that. I don't want to. What do you get? Like, there's no reason to adjust your game. I hate it. And they always say that for every sport. Football, I remember when they had the 2 tight ends and they changed the game. Tom Brady.
With Gronk and I think Hernandez.
Yes, and Aaron Hernandez. They didn't win, but it was so dominant that the game was changed. And once Tom Brady got hurt and they changed the rules forever for quarterbacks, now I can hold the ball for longer. Now I got these 2 tight ends who are like wide receivers now. Okay, but that fits their game plan. You shouldn't adjust your team based on their strengths. You got to adjust them to your strengths. Mitchell Robinson, I don't want to see you shoot 3-pointers. No, this is what you do. You should be working on your endurance, and that's really pretty much it. Because you should be flying around just like we saw you right now and working on that. You need less weight to be carrying around. Like, this is crazy. He also said in that quote, according to him, I'm gonna be just like this season. Watch, I'm gonna be lean and give more you biatches gone respect me. So it sounds good. I hope you are losing weight. I hope you realize like you didn't need all that weight. I think Anthony Davis may have dropped the weight that he gained also.
Well, with Mitch, I pray that this is gonna happen because you on FaceTime with Brunson. I mean, it looked like you was losing weight. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be funny. You know what I mean? Like the close up, the cheeks was a little, so, like I said, look what Dallas did with the young man Ivy. He ain't like, you get what I'm saying?
Dallas, or who you talking about?
I mean, Lively. I'm sorry, not Lively.
Right.
Like, so
let him play his game.
Right. So that's my point right now. What it looks like is with the NBA. It's to me, it's 3 things right now that's running the NBA. It's dynamic guards who are combo guards, because to me, whether it's John Morant, Curry, Dame, Brunson, all these guys is really two guards. They just too little. So you put them at the point guard position. So you got that one thing. The second thing that's most important, probably out of all of this, is the 3-and-D wing two-way guy. Look what Bruce Brown was doing with Denver. You got OG. So to me, that. And then the third is the center position, where it's like they fours as far as frame wise, but they play the five where they can run up and down the floor, contest, disrupt things. And, when the point guard got the ball, that fake, as you want to, go through the teardrop, you lob it up. So to me, those are the three things that are most dynamic right now, because even with the big man, I'm being honest, Joker, the best player in the NBA, the best big man, he lost. Joel Embiid, so-called most dominant. He didn't get out the second round, or the first round, excuse me. So, look at Cat. Barely get on the block now. So, we don't have to worry about that. We don't. So, like you said, get in shape, get your endurance right, get your win right, stay healthy, and let's go.
Yeah, I would rather see that. I'd rather see us play towards our strengths. Defense, Thibodeau has no excuse. You got guys now, 8-9-man rotation. I'm going to be excited about. It's not just, it's OG and it's Mikal Bridges. Is our third best defender on the perimeter DiVincenzo?
I mean, you could go him or Josh Hart. To be honest with you, like I said, we have some dogs, man, and that's what I'm most excited about, because that's what New York Knicks.
I think AllBall got a phone call. You saw there was no AI AllBall this time. It was live in the flesh. But I think we're hitting it on the nose with that. When it comes to that, it's just about playing towards your strengths. And that's what the Knicks did this year. I see a lot of talk about the NBA is changing, and they're not gonna.
Sorry about that. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, good. I see a lot of talk about the NBA is changing. There won't be any dynasties. I can't believe that when, say whatever we want, the Celtics are trying to sell the team, right, for $6 billion or whatever it is. But they re-sign that core four for the next 3 or 4 years. They got a chance to go back to back realistically. Because how much do you really need around at this point? Jaylen Brown, Tatum, White, and of course our guy Drew Holiday. Now you're just picking and choosing. You're plugging and replacing these guys, but you got a core four that they're playing perimeter defense. They switch all day long, and they got something there. We can see them winning 2 or 3 in a row. That's realistic. And with the Knicks, we believe in them too. You need a little bit more with Denver out there. Denver, that's why you won't win. You won't become a dynasty if you're doing what they're doing. Like, they lost a lot of players. Yeah. You got the best player in the game, and what are you matching them up with? Like, that's kind of tough over there. So with the Knicks, we're really not worried about that, because we just mentioned 2 or 3 guys that we're so proud about playing defensively, and we didn't even talk about Mitchell Robinson. Him playing would that turns it to another level. That's going to be people. They're not going to want to see us, because nobody wants to play 48 minutes all game long. The Detroit Pistons, when they come to town, unless they got some real dogs in them now, they're not trying to come here and win no games. They're not going to play 48 minutes. And even if they tried, it's going to be very hard for them to do that. Once you play that first half and that third quarter, and they go, all right, we're going to the club. We're going to go uptown or downtown, wherever we're going tonight, because we ain't coming to the Garden for no victories. And on top of that, we playing. It's not like the Celtics that took nights off. Sometimes they'll take a quarter off. You can come back into the game. These guys are going to play tough. And Mitchell Robinson there, he's making it even harder for you.
Yeah. Listen, I totally agree. Like I said, I'm not really worried. The only thing I'm worried about is health. That's it. If we can stay healthy, I think we're one of the best teams in the NBA. Simple and plain. Miss me with all the West is this, the West is that. Listen, man, the West is full with them young guys, man, who hasn't made that leap yet. Big shout out to, like I said, the SGAs, the Ant-Mans, and but listen, man, I think we have, fully healthy, we probably have top 5 best team in the whole NBA. I'm giving us second best team in the East behind Boston. Simple. And we proved it. We play harder than everybody. We play tougher than everybody. We don't have the super duper star. We well coached. We practice. And it seems like we like each other. So, you know, like I said, we have all the remedies to become a championship team. We just got to stay healthy and go out there and play. And like I said, when we see a move that makes sense, we make it. But if it doesn't make sense, there's no need to even entertain it. You know? So, like I said, we could have got Paul George last year. We not giving you no max. You're 34. We don't want you at 38 years old. Like, come on, let's be realistic.
That's another great point. I'm going to cut you off. The trades that we didn't make have worked out for us. And we always refer to Golden State. And we know Klay Thompson left just now. But the biggest trade they did not make was Klay Thompson for Kevin Love. And they better thank the Lord. God bless the dead. Jerry West told them, do not make that trade. You ain't trading no Kevin Love, Klay Thompson for Kevin Love. It doesn't work. And he clearly, the visionary himself, the logo.
Rest in peace, yes.
Put them on. And it seems like we got something like that happening with the Knicks, just making the right decisions, including not following through with these trades and not getting jerked by Danny Ainge, who he's on the clock too. Enough of his shenanigans. What have you been doing the last 2-3 years besides losing?
He over there in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you, I don't even know why Utah still got a team, but that's neither here nor there. Let me say something about Klay Thompson real quick. I just seen a report that they went to the table 3 times to try to negotiate, and Klay Thompson didn't want to have nothing to do with it. Goes to show you that was personal. And I've been saying it.
No. Wait, you saying that Klay Thompson didn't want to have nothing to do with the Golden State deal?
Yeah.
Nah, he gave them a sweet deal. He said, "Yo, give me 2 years for $20 million or 2 years like for $40 million," and they said no. We'll get back to you because we're not something like that. Like we'll get on some. We'll get back to you basis.
Oh, wow.
Klay was trying to work with them.
All right, so
he also told Steph Curry, "Yo, don't wield your power. Don't get involved. Let's see what they're about."
Okay, so
he was on that kind of time.
Wow, so I read that wrong. But then also, thank you for correcting me. So it just goes to show you Golden State is they're not as great as everybody thought they was. Kenyon Martin on Gilbert Arenas platform, big shout out to them guys, said what I've been saying. And he said it for verbatim. You give Draymond Green the money. How you don't give me the money? I'm a splash brother. Once again, when the Golden State Warriors said we're light years ahead of everybody, we smarter than everybody. No, you're not. No, you're not. Without that Kevin Durant move, which y'all had nothing to do with, that was the players realizing we can't beat LeBron. There's only one guy that can match up with him. The players understood that. The organization did not understand that. What y'all doing to Klay Thompson is so foul and so wrong that I'm going to be honest. I want to see Golden State Warriors crash and burn. I just want to say that, whether Steph is there or not. And if I'm Steph Curry, I see how y'all treated my brother. If you don't ask for a trade, I'm looking at you suspect too. Straight up.
But don't you think Steph Curry clearly has something left in the tank? And with Klay, it's like, I don't know.
What does Curry have left in the tank in the West? You see they barely making it to the play-in. And now if you're a player and you see what Golden State did to Klay Thompson, would you want to go over there? Who wants to play with Draymond Green? Look at that roster. Y'all just signed Cal Anderson and y'all thinking about signing Buddy Hield? Not the smartest franchise in NBA history. Y'all out there with all the tech and all the smart people. Look at the moves y'all making. Once again, Klay Thompson, in my opinion, and I just want to say this and we can move forward. He gets a bad rap. Yes, he had a bad season. But let's think about what he was dealing with. You're thinking about your contract, your money. You see they paid Draymond, but y'all having a problem paying me. Y'all tried to trade me behind my back for my nemesis, LeBron James. And then my two brothers knew about it and didn't tell me. I'm going to be happy on the court every day? You telling me you live in a house with your brother, he backstabbed you. You got to see him every day. It's not going to be funny vibes? Come on, man. Come on. Everybody else get the benefit of the doubt. Why doesn't Klay get the benefit of the doubt? Listen, man. Big shout out Klay Thompson. I can't wait for the Dallas versus Golden State game. If I'm him, I'm not giving y'all no fives. I'm not doing none of that. And if I'm Luka and Kyrie, every time we play Golden State, we need to make sure Klay Thompson get a 30 ball on their head. Pause. Facts.
Real quick, and I want to get back to Klay Thompson. Shaquan, the rumor was created by somebody on The Athletic, J.L. Edwards, who's a Detroit Pistons reporter or columnist, and he was saying that the Knicks should trade Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride for a first, and Detroit's first round pick, give it back to them, and a second round pick for Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey, and we nixed that. Even if it is available, we don't want anything to do with that because we don't know what they are. Well, actually, like our boss said, we know what they are. They're losing over there in Detroit, and we don't want that juice over here. I did want to talk about the Pistons for the Mavericks for a second, because we're talking about everybody's off season, but we're not talking about, like, the Mavericks may have moved up in this, especially in the West. What they were lacking in that finals was all the 3-point shooting to allow Kyrie Irving some space and Luka Doncic some space. So, do you have Dallas or OKC right now, Western Conference Finals, or both of them in the Western Conference Finals? But who do you see going to the finals?
Wow, that's tough. I definitely have Dallas up there because, once again, I look at basketball different. Yeah, they lost some key pieces, but this is how I look at things. They got a major upgrade from Tim Hardaway Jr. to Klay Thompson. That's how I look at it. I think Dallas is still going to be right there. I'm not sold on OKC. You know that. I'm not as great as SGA is. Listen, man, we give guys props that ain't did nothing yet. Jalen Brunson did the same thing SGA did. What are we talking about? So, the Hartenstein move, my opinion, OKC, that was they way overpaid. I don't see Hartenstein making them better. All right, the Caruso move is cute, but I can't put OKC there when I seen what Minnesota did, beating Denver Nuggets 4 straight games. So I still like Minnesota over OKC. Remember, the West is dismantled. The Lakers is terrible. Look at the Clippers. Lord have mercy. You got John Morant coming back with Memphis, but I don't think that team is what it was years ago with the hype. So I don't see them doing nothing crazy. Phoenix, So I see Dallas. That's a major upgrade. I don't see how people can hate on that and don't understand that. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. Now you got Klay Thompson. He's just a better basketball player, even at this age. Even with all the miles on him, he's still way better than Tim Hardaway Jr. So, yeah, I still see Dallas being the favorites. Of course, people's going to, hop on the OKC, Minnesota bandwagon because of those young guys, SGA and Ant-Man. But real basketball minds, Klay Thompson in Dallas, like I said, when you got a shooter like that, and now he has a reason to want to be great again because of what happened to him, with his former team, I would probably have Dallas and Minnesota back in the conference finals. I still don't see OKC taking that leap.
I say those are the two best teams out west now, but I agree with you because I think Minnesota took a step back. I know Kyle Anderson isn't a big deal for a lot of people, but the way Anthony Edwards spoke about him was like, yo, he was really the point guard out there. I think they took a step back. I like the kid that they drafted. He could get to the basket, get some get some energy points.
That's why they had no problem getting rid of Kyle Anderson.
And Minnesota, remember, Ant-Man he's gaining confidence. We see him getting more skill. We see him maybe working on his mid-range, that elbow shot, something. Very competitive. But okay, going back to Flea's point, shout out to Flea, Big Flea. The beginning of the last season, the first thing he talked about when we talked about the Nuggets, and I overlooked it. I definitely overlooked it. How did they get better? You lost Bruce Brown. And now this season, you lost KCP. Well, the Mavericks, they're seeing OKC. Oh, you guys got added another defender? You guys were already good. Nah, we got to. And they added to what they needed. The Dallas Mavericks, unlike the Denver Nuggets of last year, when they went to the finals, they got better. That Najee Muhammad, the kid from the Pelicans, he can shoot. Klay Thompson. And there's somebody else that I'm missing. Klay Thompson, Najee.
I forgot who else.
Oh, Quentin Grimes.
Right. Yep.
Now, we're very familiar with Quentin Grimes as Knicks fans. He adjust. JJ Redick was the one training him last offseason, and his shot did change. It did get quicker. I did feel like he didn't have any confidence. Like, it always felt like he was rushing his shot. I think out there with Dallas, now you had that with JJ Redick. You had an offseason training and you changed your jump shot, and now you're going to be shooting with Kyrie Irving. That's another training camp in itself all season long. Yeah. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Larry Bird. I'm just saying he has the potential. We've seen Quentin Grimes go off, and he could defend, and he's really a two-way player. So
no, he is.
And again, I think he's the guy that replaced Tim Hardaway Jr. And then Klay Thompson is something that they just didn't have. There was no veteran. Well, Kyrie was the veteran guard, the veteran player. But now Luka's been to 2 Western Conference Finals. Kyrie's been to how many? 3 or 4 conference finals already in his career. Klay Thompson's been to how many conference finals? So I gotta agree with you 1,000%. Dallas Mavericks, after they made that trade this season, earlier this year, I said, yo, I can't see how they don't go to the finals. I'm trying to talk myself out of it. And it came to fruition only because that those guys in the middle, and then Derek Lively gets an extra season under his belt. I got to agree with you. And who else got better out west, really? It's really been OKC and Dallas.
That's it. And like I said, for me, I'm not hot. Like, people are overhyping OKC. I'm sorry. Caruso is not no missing piece. Hartenstein is not no missing piece. Like, let's be realistic. So I'm not going to sit here and overhype OKC. Yeah, they got a little better from last year. If we talking who got better in the West, okay, because they made some moves, you got to say, okay, they upgraded a little bit. But you're 100% correct. Lakers did nothing. Clippers did nothing. Phoenix did nothing. Sacramento did nothing. Golden State, like I said, all these teams are just digressing. So, yeah, I mean, if we got to go by that, then yes, you got to go Dallas, OKC. But like I said, I like the draft pick by Minnesota. They still got Ant-Man, Cat, and the big guy. So, and Minnesota just came from the Western Conference Finals. So I got to give them that respect. I think Ant-Man is better than SGA. So, I see with me, SGA is tricky, great player, but his numbers is going to always make it seem like he's better because he's going to average 30. Ant-Man might not average 30, but I think Ant-Man is a better basketball player. I'm sorry. So yeah, I see Dallas. I see Dallas being right there. And if you notice, Dallas is going with the small ball with the fast pace. That's J Kidd. He ain't worrying about no big man. Shooting. You got Luka, you got Kyrie, now you got Klay. Listen, they really made some nice moves. They made some nice moves. Yes.
We respect it. Even though I don't think Ant-Man right now is on SGA's level. SJ is just more skilled. Like we've seen SJ take that leap. He went from shooting 80% from the free throw line to 90. He said he went from shooting 7 3-pointers a game to 2 or 3. He's just more intentional.
Your opinion, this playoffs, who was the better basketball player, Ant-Man or SGA?
I still think SGA.
How?
Yeah.
I watched Ant-Man take over series.
seen him have a lot of bad games, a lot of bad shooting games.
I understand what you're saying, but I watched that young man make a name for himself this season. SGA was regular SGA. No disrespect to him. He didn't do nothing too crazy. I watched Ant-Man beat the former champs 4 straight times. When they was down 0-2, everybody said, oh, it's over. It's over. Young man came back and won 4 straight. Now, of course, he didn't have a great conference finals. But I'm just saying, for me, the SGA hype train, I think, needs to slow down. Because, like I said, he didn't do anything yet. He didn't win the MVP yet. He didn't get to the conference finals yet. He didn't do any of that yet.
Skill-wise, in that perimeter, and Ant-Man like is going at him. He'll stop giving him calls. So I love Ant-Man's competitiveness. I like that he calls him out. I'm more of a fan of Ant-Man. But as far as who got their skills more refined, SJ's older. He's going to be a little more mature. He's already kind of been through whatever Ant-Man has been through. And he knows his game. He's going to the basket, pump faking you. Like you said, and I've been saying, he's a 6'6" Brunson. Footwork, keeps his dribble alive, looking for the pump fake, kicks the ball out, gets it back. He knows his spots. Ant-Man doesn't even know his spots yet. He doesn't know how to get to his spots yet. And SJ took that leap already, just skill-wise. Ant-Man took that leap for everybody as a leader long time ago. He's a full-fledged leader of that team, in the locker room, at the press conference, everywhere. So it's tough to make, hey, in the next 10 years, who would you rather have, SJ or Ant-Man? That's a different conversation. Because I love Ant-Man as just, I want that guy to run my team. I don't win or lose. I want to lose with that guy. I want to win with that guy. As far as that goes, SJ a little more quiet, reserved, but Ant-Man is just the new Nike superstar. Let's stay out west real quick because they both got to play this same team 2 times, at least 4 times, excuse me. Out west, we said they didn't get better. LeBron promised us he'll take a pay cut. He did the total opposite. He got himself paid and his son paid.
Hold on, what you mean they didn't get better? They just got the best point guard in the NBA.
Who would that be, AllBall?
They drafted Bronny James. They got much better. What are you talking about? They got the next Phil Jackson.
No, Pat Riley.
I totally disagree with you with that.
Not it wasn't Phil Jackson. It's the next Pat Riley, AllBall. Get it straight.
No, they said Pat Riley. I'm saying Phil Jackson. I don't care what they say.
This is JJ Redick. I don't know if he's replying to a question about Bronny not earning it, but I know Bronny, before this statement was made, he said, I'm just thankful about what JJ and the owner and the GM, Pelinka, have given me. And this was JJ's response.
With Bronny, I want to clarify one thing you just said, which is Rob and I did not give Bronny anything. Bronny has earned this, right? Bronny talks about his hard work. Bronny has earned this through hard work. And for us, prioritizing player development, we view Bronny as like case study 1, because his base level of feel, athleticism, point of attack defender, shooting, passing, there's a lot to like about his game. And as we sort of build out our player development program holistically, he's going to have a great opportunity to become an excellent NBA player.
So that was JJ Redick replying to whether or not Bronny earned his contract, his 55th pick in the NBA in the 2024 NBA draft. And of course, the Lakers announced yesterday as well that Nate McMillan and not Terry Scott, what's his name? Scotty Brooks are going to be assistant coaches to JJ Redick. Redick gets 2 longtime head coaches with a combined 1,189 victories between Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks.
Yo, the Lakers are so annoying. So let me get this straight. The greatest player in the world always needs so much help. Now, the smartest head coach also needs so much help. How great and smart are you if you need all the help? You might as well try to get Phil Jackson on the assistant side too. Why not? Listen, I want to give a big shout out to Bronny James because he has nothing to do with this. He did nothing wrong. Did nothing wrong. This has nothing to do with him. I said something to you yesterday, and I'm going to say it here. LeBron James ruined the NBA. LeBron James ruined the NBA. I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not saying he's not a great player. I'm not saying he's not top 5, top 10. Some people have him number 1, 2. I'm not saying that. But he took away the competition. Single-handedly took away the competition. With him, when things get tough, he runs. He made it cool to have 4, 5 superstars on one team. He made it cool to literally have no competitiveness at all. At all. The players have so much power that it's starting to be sickening. It really is. And this is me talking as a basketball fan. I'm not a hater. I don't want nobody else's. Listen, these are the things that people are afraid to say. Ever since he left, what he's doing in LA is what he wanted to do in Miami. That's why he left Miami. Because Pat Riley was saying, my man, you're not coming over here running this. Because it's not about championships with him. It's not. It's purely entertainment. These guys want to be bigger than the game. LeBron James, what he's doing right now with the Lakers is comical. I've never seen a player this huge at this magnitude, so great, lose so much, and everybody makes an excuse for it. Ever since he went to Miami, he single-handedly destroyed the NBA. He basically told guys, don't care about winning championships. Let's just have power, make all the money, and let's just have fun. When he's on the sideline dancing, when he's coming to the game with a glass of wine, when he makes everybody become friends. So now there's no, I don't want to say enemies, but there's no rivalries. There's nobody talking mess back to each other. Let's all be kumbaya. Let's all show them this is our league. That whole mindset made the game watered down. These games are 140 apiece. After the game, guys are switching jerseys. I lose by 40. I'm walking off the court smiling, giving somebody a laugh and a hug. LeBron James ruined the NBA, man, and he's continuously doing it. I can't wait for him to retire. I really can't. I really can't. Seriously, man. Seriously. Like, he went to the Lakers and tried to call Kawhi Leonard. Like, let that sink in. We got Anthony Davis. Kawhi Leonard? You don't want to compete against him? What? You don't want to beat him? Listen, man. It's great player. I don't care who nobody is personally off the court. I care about the game. Whether you're a good person, bad person, that's none of my business. But LeBron James single-handedly ruined the NBA, man. And people are scared to say it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And what he's doing is ruining the league. Ruining the league. Why? Too much power. This is what happens when you have too much power. I'm sorry. Too much. And Pat Riley wasn't going for it. And let's not act like ever since he left Miami went to the ground. They still successful. They've been to a finals. They've been to numerous conference finals. They know how to draft. He tried to get rid of what's the coach?
Eric Spoelstra.
Bro, Eric Spoelstra, in my mind, is probably top 5 greatest head coaches in NBA history. LeBron James tried to get rid of him. Do y'all understand? Bro, he got David Blatt fired. They went to a finals. Look what happened with Mike Brown. Couldn't get a job forever. Bro, this guy is, listen, man, this is what happens when you have too much power. So, you know, this Lakers thing is comical. They got two people that need all the help in the world. But on the other hand, they the GOATs and the smartest. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
I want to disagree with you. We've been agreeing all morning. But those are part of the reasons why when you automatically compare him to Michael Jordan, and it's just there were people there to check Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan hated his general manager. He hated Jerry Krause, and he still respected the business side of it. Just I always quote the Godfather with that. You know, women and kids can be messy, men cannot. And that's just the way he carried himself. I know there's a mess behind him, the gambling and everything. We get that. But he was still attempting to be clean about it. LeBron has always been clumsy with his image and what he does. And sometimes he misspeaks. And, you know, he tries to be a righteous guy 1 minute. The next minute, he just forgets about being righteous. And that stuff is messy. It's not clean. That's why Jordan was like, yo, don't involve me in that. He did speak up for Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf when he was protesting. He said, yo, that's his hold on. That's his right. So there were times and flashes of that. But again, he's calculated with it. With LeBron, he's calculated, but clumsy also. It's like you have a strategy, but it's like you in Miami, Pat Riley's been there for decades, and you won't listen to him because you have a plan to take over. You started the whole thing, and props to him because I think he's more of a paper gangster than anybody that ever lived in the NBA. To take over like this, and your man is the agent, and you guys run this amount of money and this much equity in the NBA right now, I always give him props for that. But I think even if you had the Kobe's of the world and the guys who would just think about it a little bit deeper and don't just run on the propaganda. I got to make a podcast here to remind you guys that I'm better than Mike. And it's like obvious. And of course, he has the fan base for everything. We get that. But now it's leaking towards the Lakers. LeBron is an all-time great, and the Lakers are an all-time great organization. The Lakers were never this clumsy. They had Shaq and Kobe before. They dealt with this stuff before. I'm so shocked. Jeannie Buss has been around for decades. She was just like LeBron, a baby in the game. She came a teenager with the Lakers when her father bought them. I'm surprised. She's seen everything. She's seen women go. We know what it is. It's a macho man environment. She's seen it go from that to now there's a WNBA and you respect women more. And you've seen it go from A to Z. And you still allowed another guy to take over the team like that? He's 40 years old. You gave him $100 million? I think that's nuts. And you drafted his son? Again, we would all do that. But that's why Pat Riley would have never done that. And to your point, they were still successful in a way that you can only be without the top 5 players in the NBA. They don't have a top 10 player on their team. We would try to argue for Jimmy Butler when he showed up in the playoffs. But for them to still do that without you says a lot. That says a lot. What the Knicks are doing says a lot. Jalen Brunson propped himself to the number 6 MVP candidate. But why wasn't this happening 3 years ago with the Lakers? When they won the championship, they didn't have a third star. I'm shocked. And it took them 6 years to do this. They won a championship in the bubble. You have the remedy. Regardless of what we feel about that bubble championship, you still have the remedy for it. And you chose to trade everybody for Westbrook because you wanted a third star. Why? I would never understand that. And then you're continuing this, and now all of a sudden at age 40, you decide, oh no, we don't need a third superstar. This is the time you need to trade for somebody to replace the aging guy and the veteran and the other veteran who finally stayed healthy last year. It's totally confusing, and it's for the sake of clicks. It's for the sake of being relevant. We all know this because Bronny's the last pick in the draft, and he's more popular than everybody combined in the draft because of his father. Forget the nepotism argument. The whole argument about you being just a competent organization is gone. It's really gone. JJ Redick is another guy who I'm a fan of his, but you do come off like, what was that? He earned all of this? What are you trying to say? Why? Again, I said it I wish Flea was here. It happened during the podcast. That's why I stopped watching it. It's not that I watched JJ Redick's podcast. He doesn't need LeBron to show me the X's and O's. I'm going to watch anyway. You guys are trying to push the image of LeBron. That's your agenda. And you're kissing his ass for no reason. You don't have to do all that. It's unnecessary. That was unnecessary. And if you can't call out the best player on the team or the most popular player on the team, what are you going to really be? You think the rest of the team is just watching? Like, at some point, if you're not out there trying to box somebody and get your respect like that, JJ Redick, I'm telling you now, just as dudes, we're going to see that and go, yeah, whatever. That's how we do.
Let me repeat this again, because this flies so far under the radar. LeBron James tried to get rid of Eric Spoelstra, who turns out to be one of the greatest head coaches we've ever seen. I'm going to say that again. He tried to get rid of Eric Spoelstra. If you're so smart, how do you not see how great Eric Spoelstra is? Like, come on, man. I'm not saying he should have stayed in Cleveland. I'm not saying he should have stayed in Miami. I'm just saying when he was going against Detroit and Boston, that's when the league was the league. He figured, I got all his power. Let's make the league soft. Because he know he wouldn't be able to win all the rings. Let me make it fun and let me make it cool to make super teams. Now look, the league, I know some people that say they don't even watch basketball no more. Let me ask y'all, who do we blame for that? How many times have we been on platforms and people say the game is whack? There's no defense. I don't even watch it no more. Who do we blame for that? So it don't look like I'm a LeBron hater or I'm trolling. I'm asking y'all then, who do we blame for that? Are we going to continue to blame Steph Curry? Or did he change the game? I'm asking, who do we blame for the league being what it is today? Where literally you can't touch nobody. You can't guard nobody. These guys got so much power where literally you can have 3 superstars on one team. Not stars, superstars on one team. Like, come on, man. Where the players is telling organizations, I'm not playing there. Right now, you could trade a guy. Guy can go, I'm not playing there. Oh, no, so we got to come back to the drawing. What? Who's to blame then? Come on, man. Call it what it is. We're going to keep it real over here. And I've been saying this. Once again, he tried to fire Eric Spoelstra. And what he's doing in LA is what he was trying to do in Miami. And Pat Riley wasn't hearing it. You're not going to come over here and tell us who we can draft, who we can't draft. And you got your team running through here and they got offices and and fire Eric Spoelstra. You kidding me? All right, deuces. Come on, man. Come on. So for me, I hope the young man, Bronny James, be successful. I'm not no hater. He has nothing to do with this. But what the Lakers are allowing LeBron James to do is turning them into a clown show. Y'all have done nothing to upgrade that roster, to battle for championships. We're going to keep blaming Anthony Davis, right? Okay, look at his numbers. Since we always want to look at people's numbers, because they say LeBron James is averaging this. What is Anthony Davis averaging? But we continue to blame him. Come on, man. Come on, can't have it both ways. Can't have it both ways.
I like something you said sparked this thought where, because I'm thinking this kid, Bronny's doing his best. He sounds great, looks great for someone to be on camera, 19, 20 years old. But I don't think, is LeBron thinking about what happened to Westbrook? Westbrook is from LA and that town turned on him. That's why Shannon Sharp be talking out of both sides of his mouth. Yeah, you apologize now for it, but you were a part of this whole F Westbrook thing when you traded for me. You made this whole big spiel to bring me over here. And now look what happened. We weren't successful and I'm getting blamed for everything. You don't think Bronny James is going to take some of this blame? You don't think the trickle-down effect of blaming you for the Lakers downfall? What if Anthony Davis gets hurt? Again, that's possible. And then you have Bronny James there with a guaranteed 3 years. Like, they're gonna look at him and they're gonna say, yo, why didn't we draft this guy? You know that's coming already. They're gonna come out of nowhere with some guy. Somebody's gonna sign somebody undrafted and go, you know, he could have been the 55th pick. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm almost taking back the whole thing of there's a reason why Jordan and Kobe everybody says they wouldn't have drafted their son. And me and you said, of course we would have made sure our son is good. But the part of the integrity of it is, bro, if you don't deserve it, a part of this whole thing of earning it is when these things come up, you ain't even feel the wrath. People are really hateful online. Real hate. Westbrook was getting real hate in the streets. This is all like, I'm just thinking about it more and more.
Almost ruined his whole legacy. Like literally. But see, for me, I'm not, if you notice, I blame nothing on Bronny James. He has nothing to do with this. But I also have another question, right? He said he was going to take a pay cut, which I remember I laughed at that. He doesn't take pay cuts. Like even in Miami, when they tried to make it seem like they were taking pay cuts, them guys were taking $1 million pay cuts. Get out of here. Instead of 35, 34. Stop it. Right? So he still signs for 2 years, 50+ million. I want to ask everybody, why no one wants to play with LeBron James? Another thing flying under the radar. Why the Lakers can't get nobody over there? What I hear is everybody wants to be and live in LA. He called Kawhi Leonard. He called Paul George. He called Damian Lillard. Rumor is he got in contact with Klay Thompson. And let's not forget, people thought him and Kyrie was going to get back together. Remember that? Kyrie going to LA from the Brooklyn situation. Curved him. And then, rumor is allegedly Kyrie was the one that convinced Klay Thompson, don't go to LA, come over here. Why nobody wants to play with the greatest basketball mind of all time? In my opinion, I've been saying this, allegedly, they strong on Anthony Davis to go over there. I heard he wanted to go back home to Chicago. You think Anthony Davis is happy he gets blamed for every loss? Like, come on, man. Come on. See what Mario Chalmers say about him.
Have we ever heard anybody refer to Mike like that?
So you know, for me, you know, the Lakers LeBron James thing, man, you know, I'm just glad it's almost over. You know, we got 2, maybe 3 more years because we know what he's trying to do. If y'all don't know what he's trying to do, then you sleeping under a rock. I think 2, 3 more years, his other son to be available to come to the league. I'm gonna leave on this note, and then you could, you know, do what you do. We all need to circle the block and give props to LeVar Ball. Because when he was saying this and trying this, everybody laughed at him. He said, I want all 3 of my sons on one team. We now have a father and son duo that everybody's praising. But when LeVar Ball was talking about it, y'all literally made a mockery of him. Built his own brand, built basketball players, just like LeBron built his son. LeVar builds his sons. Lonzo, $80 million contract. LaMelo, 200+. The other son probably overseas or whatever he's doing. My point is this, and I've been saying this forever. Let's stop acting like LeBron is the first person to always do something. LeVar Ball been trying to do this. So we need to circle the block and either give him his props or apologize to him because we laughed at him. We laughed at him. We laughed at somebody praising and loving their kids and wanting the best for them and wanting them to be together. Your man doing the same thing, and everybody I see is it's comical, man. So big shout out LeVar Ball, man. Big shout out to him. Real talk.
The fact that you said, why nobody want to play with him? And if I'm not mistaken, Klay turned down more money from the Lakers.
Exactly.
It just, You got enough time to read some of these comments because there's some of
But
them are
real
reacting
quick,
to the.
and let's not forget, Paul George went to the Clippers instead of the Lakers. Let's go. Yeah, let's see some comments. Let's go.
And he joined the 76.
Come on, man.
Lakers didn't want Chris Paul because that would have cut into LeBron Jr.'s minutes. Detroit is like a third world country. I hated how they tossed Westbrook under the bus. Hold on, let me get to our. Hold on, we gotta get to the AllBall TV family first. First and foremost, Vaughn Allen was good. Adam Silver, and now that it went the other way, he's trying to bring back the defensive side of things because we got to this point where teams are averaging more points than ever. Yeah, but they were also promoting Steph Curry and James Harden and that kind of style of play. And to AllBall's point, LeBron, imagine if he stays in Cleveland or any other team without D Wade. Now you have Miami as a contender to go against you and Chicago. Makes things more interesting. And it allows for the competition to keep going. It did really. And at the time, this is coming from somebody who said, who cares if he went to Miami? Like, I didn't fully understand it back then. But now I've seen what took place, and I'd rather him have not gone to Miami. I just wouldn't. Work it out with Cleveland, or just force your hand over there. He could have. He really could have. He knows what he meant to that town. So as much as people want to say that one championship means everything, going back to Cleveland, like, to me, it really doesn't. It would have meant more if you stayed in Miami, to be honest with you, instead of going back to Cleveland. That made no sense to me. You want to write a fairy tale. But buy waterfront real estate as an investment for decades from now when it comes back. Who, Detroit? Y'all are ruthless, man. Oh, hold up. Greetings to all. Boss man in the building.
Boss man. Yeah.
I would make the trade because Duren is reliable. It's going back to the Knicks Duren trade. You be clear, Mitch is not reliable. A lot of you guys feel like Mitchell is not reliable. Jesus Christ. Duren is 6'11", so we are not playing small ball. All right. But we definitely ain't playing small ball Mitchell Robinson. We know that much. Mitchell Robinson hasn't played a full season. We know. We get it. We know what we're dealing with. Man can't stay on the court. He goes down this year. We miss a chip. Not necessarily. Thank you, Darren, for understanding my analogies. You know I'm a lunatic. The backup plan if Mitch gets injured again. I think it's for you, AllBall. LM for Mitch. Oh, I think Laurie marketing for Mitch. Whatever else. That's absolutely insane. What is Laurie elite in? I'll wait. We know about Mitchie. Ain't no snitchy. Okay. So I guess he's asking, you would make the Mitchell Robinson, Laurie marketing trade immediately without thinking about it?
Yep. No question.
No follow-up.
He's a better basketball player. I mean, I'm not, I love Mitch, but listen, you get a guy like marketing over there. Listen, man, that's a game changer.
Of course, the Knicks should make that trade. Detroit would never. Oh, by the way, on the poll, should the Knicks trade Mitch and Deuce for Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey? So far, 57 votes in here. 56% said no. They agree with us, AllBall. 56% said no, we're not trading Mitchell Robinson and Deuce for Jalen Duren, the unproven.
That's right.
I can't believe the DeRozan is still out there. Oh, how you feel about DeRozan being out there?
Hold on. Look, ESPN. LeBron James called Klay Thompson that starter free agency to recruit him. Klay Thompson is in Dallas.
How do you feel about DeMar DeRozan being out there still?
I mean, I think, the DeMar DeRozan thing is tricky because it's like he's still a real good player, but I just think, his time passed. He's been the missing piece to championship contending teams for the past 5-6 years. Let everybody else tell it. So for me, I don't know what team needs, a two guard at that position. He's an older player, so I don't know what role he would play because, I think he still, can be a starter, but how do you put him on? Like, where would he go? Who's the starting two guard in Minnesota? Ant-Man. So I don't know. Maybe go to LA, go home. Go to the Clippers. They just lost Paul George.
Right. And the word is he wants to be a free agent next season when more teams have a bigger cap So he's going to sign a 1-year deal this year. If he does it for cheap, then he's good. But I just saw Andre Iguodala and Carmelo Anthony talk about once you take that deal for less, it's a lot harder to make more in the long run. And they just speaking from experience. I'm just listening and watching, taking notes.
Yeah, I just think with the DeMar DeRozan, I don't know what his mindset is, but sometimes I just think it's like, all right, chasing the championship might be over. Let me just, stack up on this paper and just go to a place where I can play and be happy, I guess.
I wish you would stop saying there are no dominant big men and just say there are no low post threats. There are dominant big men who won the last 3 MVPs. Okay, only one of them got a chip.
There's no dominant big men.
How we getting Duren is what I want to know. Oh, we answered that. Bridges, OG, and Mitch is a defensive juggernaut. Big time. We could sign DeMarcus Cousins for pennies to be an enforcer and build off the bench. No, please.
I'd rather sign Dwight Howard than DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, SF. We disagree.
Yeah.
Man, I'm here to see how we getting Duren. And can't tell me Cousins can't be a backup center in this league. We're telling you. We're telling you. Ainge is overrated. How we getting Jalen Duren? Jalen Duren's a monster, though. Mark Jackson smiles. Healthy Knicks goes crazy in the NBA. Operative word, healthy.
Hold on. That comment, I love that. Yeah, Mark Jackson inside is probably smiling. Yeah. Look, now y'all did me dirty. Now y'all doing Klay dirty. Yeah.
Hey, everybody in the comments, everybody watching, share, like, comment, subscribe. There's over 200 of y'all on the AllBall Fabian PerspecTV channel, over 50 people on the Knicks Rehab channel. Share, like, comment, subscribe. Join us on the Knicks Rehab channel also, by the way. Join us as a membership. Let's get it going, man.
Yes.
Loving y'all today. Healthy Knicks goes crazy. Operative word, healthy. I definitely think Tibbs will turn Jalen Duren to Ben Wallace, and Beat is definitely not bullying Duren. Ben Wallace took 4 or 5 years to be Ben Wallace also. Let's not forget that. Didn't he take a pay cut? It's $104 million for 2 years. Wasn't he getting like 200 something if his contract wasn't restructured? I mean, maybe. But that's his pay cut, though, $50 million a year. They're hamstrung, bro. They're done. Did anyone see what Shan-Marie Pons did to Jalen Brunson in college? He's washed up, respectfully to Jalen. We can get Shan-Marie for cheap to back up Brunson. Shan-Marie's over in Europe doing his thing. Yeah, I was watching some highlights when you told me that. He's like a crafty, got a handle of a point guard, but we trying to get this guy. If it makes sense, if you believe in him that much, I'll take more of a look at him. We want to develop the new kid, Tycho.
Yeah.
I just needed to say that. All right, Tawan. JJ's already running for president. He knows the real politics in the locker room. Yeah. Does it all matter anyway? They're going to lose regardless. He's talking about the Lakers. LeBron's playing until he's 50. I don't think so. Does it all matter? The Lakers are going to lose anyway. First round packed them up. They might not make the playoffs. LeBron couldn't win without help. Why you think he teamed up with Bosh, and Wade? Shout out to you guys. Salute, chat. Vaughn Allen was good, baby. Yeah, he messed up the whole All-Star game with picking his own team. I think that's stupid. Yeah, they messed the All-Star game up too, which I don't think it's ever coming back.
Messed everything up, man. He ain't get. It goes back to him not being in the dunking contest. They just messed everything up, man. Messed everything up, man. Like, come on, man. Call it what it is. We ain't here to sugarcoat nothing. He messed everything up, man. Sorry.
The All-Star game is non-competitive because of LeBron James. I agree to disagree. LeBron, because they lead to the kumbaya, but this goes beyond the NBA. This is a society thing where everybody just went completely soft for the last 17 years. You could be right. It might have been led by LeBron James, though. Participation trophy. Society being led by LeBron James is hilarious. Remove a hand check and ruin the NBA. Yeah, we need a hand checking back, man.
Well, for me, okay, whether we get the hand check back or not, I'm not gonna argue that. Just being able to be a little physical, that's totally out the game. Totally out the game. They review everything. Like I said, if you swipe like I've seen plays where guys swipe over somebody's head, and if you sell it right, but then when you see the replay, person wasn't even touched. So for me, just taking the physicality out the game, where you can't even touch guys, to me it's terrible, man. It's just terrible.
I think they're gonna bring it back, and they're gonna start putting those fines up crazy, because I think the big man is gonna come back with Wemby, And then eventually you gotta enforce the hand checking and just being more physical, because they're not gonna want you to bring the ball up fast anymore. With more big men in the league, you need to bring back the point guards. Nobody wins without help. Whoever said Trey, Mitch, and Deuce, y'all suckers for saying that. Real talk. Shout out to you, Razande, excuse me. LBJ got dealt a bad hand his first 7 years in Cleveland, but still came back and got them a chip. LeBron Legacy Podcast. Thanks for that comment. No, he did not get dealt a bad hand. I understand that's the common thing to say. They worked with what they got for a lot of it. Could they have gotten better? Yes. But please look at that series against the Spurs, and then look at what LeBron did against the Spurs in the regular season when he yammed it on Tim Duncan, showed no aggression in the finals, 0.
Let me ask him this. So I remember Joakim Noah was saying nobody wants to go to Cleveland, right? LeBron get drafted to Cleveland. You there for however many years. Why is it Cleveland's fault that nobody won't go there? If you're that kind of player, why you can't get guys to go over there? If I'm not mistaken, is Milwaukee that much better of a city than Cleveland? I watched Giannis get it done. I watched that organization make trades and get guys over there. Come on, stop making excuses for homeboy, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Cut it out.
And either way, at this point, what we're saying is what I've always said. Everybody overrates the championship. We know when you're a championship style player, period. And I've saw against the Spurs, he looked like a deer in the headlights. And everybody else jumped on board when it happened against the Mavericks. That's when everybody finally saw it. But I saw it. You gotta be competitive. They lost they got swept by the Spurs, but they lost by like a total of 8 points. 8 points? You telling me LeBron couldn't score 8 points in that finals? Come on, he's the best player in the game. I was saying that back then. He's the best player. Nobody could stop him. But I saw a different guy in that finals. We saw it. And everybody finally saw it when he had the whole team behind him in Miami. And then he really dropped the ball. That's going to stay in his legacy. LeBron Legacy Podcast. If you can't admit that, I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's why Jordan's still the GOAT. And he will always be never lost in the finals, never teamed up with other superstars to win. I don't like the never lost in the finals thing because, that doesn't determine all that to me. Jordan was Jordan. They had to beat him up. They beat him up to not play like himself. That was different. We didn't see Jordan just give up. They beat him up. You beat him to death. That's how you got Jordan to not play like Jordan anymore. That's amazing to me. That's football style. Salute, Choplo. Jeannie Buss is all about image and setting up events. She leaves Rob Pelinka to do all the hard stuff. All right. Kobe and Shaq never did anything. LeBron is doing trading players, getting coaches fired, hiring friends, drafting a son that can't play. John Pettit's in the building.
I ain't got nothing to do with that one.
That's crazy. JJ said that for PR. Obviously, that's why I'm not even tripping. It doesn't matter. They're going to lose regardless. Way better teams in the West. There's plenty of ways to say things for PR, bro. I'm not buying that. He's saying that for the LeBron propaganda. It's just been like that, and I hate it.
Can I say something real quick? When we look at the Lakers roster, why do people say there's so many rosters better than that roster? If you got LeBron James, who still plays at a high level, and you got Anthony Davis, who's hands down probably the best two-way player in the game right now, top 5 big man. Everybody's high on Reeves and Hachimura, and so why are we just so quick to say, well, the other rosters is better? How? I'm just saying, if we start comparing rosters, the Lakers roster is not top 10 worst roster in the league. They have LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
And JJ Redick.
Come on, man.
A father that has his own business and handing it to his son is way different than getting your son drafted when he did not earn it. You can hire your son for your business and him not earn it either. And people are getting that whole thing twisted too. If your son is capable of running your business, bro, you know your son, or you better know your son if you're gonna give him a business. The beginning of the end. Blame the commissioner. This is the dumbest argument. Who cares about LA and their mistakes? And it's the commissioner's fault. I do, because they give us views. We just got 200 people in the building, Corey. Bless. I will always see the prerequisite of the big three started with the 2007, 2008 Celtics. LeBron just stepped it up by getting young superstars. You could argue that, but Garnett got traded. You can't, you know what? We're going to have to start dispelling that. Kevin Garnett may have been, you guys keep talking about LeBron got done dirty in Cleveland. No superstar got done more dirty than Kevin Garnett in NBA history. None. You talk about not being able to get any players for a superstar, for a guy who's in everybody's top 20, 30 players all time. Kevin Garnett got dealt the worst. Stephon Marbury left. They try to do everything under the sun for Joe Smith. No disrespect to you, but that wasn't Shaq. That wasn't Stephon Marbury. That wasn't Ray Allen. That wasn't none of these guys that Kevin Garnett could have been lined up with. He lost out on a lot over there in Minnesota. So him going to the Celtics, that was the NBA doing him a damn favor, paying him back for going through all that.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
We are in the glazing era. Y'all doing good work. Thank you. Thank you, Sporting Page. Shout out to you. That's a dope name. So let them be the clown. Good for you, Corey. You in the mix now. If Russell Westbrook didn't get ruined in LA, he would still have high paid contracts. Maybe not. I still think he did, me and AllBall in agreement with that. I love Russell Westbrook. I love the intensity he brings to the game, but all that top point guard business, it was exposed. That was LA's fault for miscasting him, and Russell Westbrook miscasting himself and not saying, yo, Durant, you the man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's both of them. He didn't not get paid because of LA. No, you getting paid what the market's saying. That's what the market's saying because your stats are showing up like that.
But the LA situation, it didn't help. It didn't help. Listen, that young man was getting thrown under the bus every night. I'm sorry.
That's true.
I think that did play a part of him getting these little contracts. I'm not saying that he would have been getting 30 a year, but that played a part. I'm sorry. I'm not going to blame that on LeBron. I'm not that crazy, but that LA situation, whoever y'all want to blame, that it definitely didn't help. Definitely didn't help.
All right, LB. So you kind of right, LB. Adam Silver, and now that went to the other way, he's trying to bring back the defensive side of things. Oh, I read that. NBA should have never started changing the rules. Should have left the rules like they were in the 80s and 90s. No, but again, you guys don't want to hear this. As much as we praise Mike, I blame him and David Stern for changing those rules for him and everybody else that wasn't Mike. Mike was one of one. Nobody else was promised to be that talented and that headstrong. LeBron is that talented, but he didn't have the game behind him. And the NBA messed that up because they were trying to get the next Michael Jordan and had the no frills version for years. Again, no disrespect, Harold Miner, but you were one of those guys. He meant to say paper cut, not pay cut. People got confused. All good things come to an end for one reason or another, because nobody wants to play under LeBron's wing. 2 degrees. I don't feel bad for Anthony Davis because I remember when everybody bashed on Westbrook, he did the same thing to him also. Yep, there you go. Rumor is Michael Thompson said it, but he has to save face. Those stars don't want to be there, man. Obvious. Oh, Klay's pop said that?
Well, I know Klay Pops is very upset that his son didn't go to the LA. I know that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said it like, yo, I wanted my son to retire here. Yeah, so yeah, I seen that quote from Klay, Michael Thompson.
Maybe that's what Sporting Page is saying.
But that's how you know it's crazy. Your father's a Laker legend. You know he probably wanted you to play for the Lakers, and you still, come on, bro. But everybody wants to play with the king.
I hate how they toss Westbrook.
He's a pass first guy.
I hate how they toss Westbrook under the bus. Lakers didn't want Chris Paul because they would have cut into LeBron Jr.'s minutes. Kawhi did not go to the Lakers also, but Bywater from you brothers do good work and are very consistent. Thanks, Sporting Page. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Chop Low, what's going on, man? I like your Abby. That's dope. Can't go into the season without a backup center. Ooh, okay, Ranger fan. Totally disagree with you guys.
At this point, we got Sims. I mean, however we want to feel about it, he's the backup center.
So lucky Flea's not here.
Right? No. But I'm just saying, if we're talking in literal sense, we have a backup center.
Totally disagree with you guys. LeVar Ball was a clown. People weren't against him trying to get the best for his sons, but the ridiculous statements coming out his mouth out of those 3 teams. Okay, maybe so, but he just wasn't given enough credit. I don't think so. I think he was looked at like, the misogynist, whatever it was. But LeBron is getting a whole lot of credit for bringing his son there, and LeVar Ball kind of got kicked to the curb. And got to give him credit for getting the hell out of the spotlight, too. LeBron James might need to get out of the spotlight first and not put so much shine on his son. That's a lot of pressure on him, man.
Bro, LeVar Ball got 2 sons picked in the top 3. Like, come on, bro.
It's not even a comparison.
If you call LeVar Ball a clown show, what you call this? What do you call this? Are you kidding me?
Klay said, nah, man. Run it back. We good. Stop hating on Mitch. Put up his bag. Salute. Michael Mars, what's going on, baby? You mentioned Philly, Dallas, then the Lakers have a better chance to win. That's why George and Klay went to those teams. Okay. Paul George has a better chance with Embiid than Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I didn't even think about it like that, Black Armani. Klay said he didn't go to the Lakers because of the California tax. I'm pretty sure that's valid, but I'm pretty sure his second reason is the LA Circus. Nice addition. Eddie was good. DeRozan on the Clips is intriguing. Might be, especially if it's cheap. Also, them hiring Redick is turning away a lot of players, I believe. It's not all LeBron like you guys are suggesting. But isn't that part of the LeBron tree? Like, well, come on now.
No. Well, hold on, man. JJ Redick just got there. Name the last big free agent the Lakers got.
Drum roll. Jalen Duren can score, but no defense. Peace to the people. Chat panel host AllBall TV. Fabian PerspecTV. I'm good. Bringing back Precious. Finding a way under the apron. Next man up is Sims. Period. Hey, Mizak Saponi. We with you. We with you. Bring back Precious and let's run it back. We said we would have won last year. I want to go into the next season with that mentality. Yo, we supposed to win this last year. Let's go get this. I'm with that. Same way Boston kind of was feeling the last couple years, right? Let's go get this, man. Just like people didn't know the potential of OG and iHeart in the beginning, I know Nick Richards is the perfect iHeart replacement. He looks good. All-Star has to be USA versus World for it to be competitive again, but Adam Silver hates patriotism. All right, we're not going there. So Shaq wasn't a dominant big man until he won a chip in 2000? No. He was a dominant big man until he got to the league. When he entered in stepped foot in the league. What does that have to do with there's no dominant big man in today's game? Number one, Giannis got it done is because he accidentally stepped on Kyrie Irving's ankle. But number two, if I'm a multimillionaire, I'm not going to none of those Midwest states until they give you more multimillions. LeBron fans always act like victims. Go ask KG about his help in Minnesota for his first 12 years. Thank you, Sporting Page. We're not getting Durant. We about to expand the Bridges trade and hopefully get another team involved. We might have to give up Deuce, though. Might. We should have signed Big Val. Missed opportunity. Who's Big Val?
I don't know.
Valanciunas?
Valanciunas? Get out of here, man.
Valanciunas is the championship piece. What happened with the Pelicans last year and last 4 years?
Nothing to do with no Valanciunas.
Ant-Man is definitely restoring the feeling. Yeah. How we let him go to the Wizards of all teams? Let him go to the Wizards, please. That's 4 victories. Thanks, Valanciunas. Because when LeBron picks his players, he just goes off name. He doesn't go off what fits the actual team. That's why there are other better teams in the Western Conference. Or he's out of his mind. Fabian, the difference is the Lakers are his business. He's a player. I don't see a difference. I think they both. If you think Bronny's a mistake for the Lakers to get, it's a mistake if your son ain't qualified to run an organization. I don't care. Unqualified is unqualified. I don't care how you dress it. Nepotism isn't new. LBJ's son to LA is big business too. Definitely big business. I'm with you with that. I'm not against it. Make your money. Yo, let's go AllBall Nation. I see I missed a lot. Peace, Knicks Nation. No, all I gotta do is rewind, Greg. Yo, ish whack, cuz. KG was supposed to be a Knick. Was he? I like Duren, but ain't no way Pistons are going to trade him. That's how I felt, actually, when I heard the news. I'm not blaming Russell Westbrook for the OKC situation. That was Presti not being hot on KD and chose Westbrook over him. That was KD's fault. It was Presti's fault for trading Harden, number one. But that was KD for not just being vocal with Westbrook and the organization, in my opinion. I could be wrong. G Lee was good. A podcast with nuance. Great to see. Hit the like button. Thanks, Sporting Page. LeBron pushing narratives and not supporting Russ and sitting away from him and not taking those hits. He left Russ for the dead. Yeah, he's always tweeting all the time, but he never seen nothing about holding down Russell Westbrook, man. You ain't low. You ain't low, LeBron. Sims covers the 4. Let's hopefully we're hoping for the Sims leap too. See if he does something this year. He never getting out of the spotlight. ABL in the info kingdom. All right. LeVar Ball made millions on his own sneakers. I hope he did, because that was a debacle. Let's not overlook that. I want to hear what they signed Precious and Walker Kessler today, so we can move on with our lives. Thompson, what's going on, baby? But LeVar did put the light on Lonzo to where they attack his son out the gate. LeVar pushed his sons and never played in the NBA. That's a good point. They did attack him. LeBron James, AD. Only thing Sims is going to step into is a trade deal. So good stories. You cold-blooded out here. Couple more, boy, I promise. Wasn't AD traded to LA? Yes, but he wanted to be traded to Chicago. If the teams get smart and serious. Ariel Hukiporti is 100%, 100 times better than Sims right now. Did they draft? That was the last draft pick, Hukiporti? I think that was our last draft pick. Word, just bring Precious back. We still need a 5. I agree with that. You don't know, 1 year deal. You could trade that. Ball was the Don King. Ball was the Don King meets Joe Jackson of the NBA. Yeah, you're right, Cody. We 2025 champions. Big L 139. What's going on? Harlem in the building. Mizak Saponi. What up, Shavar? You guys are great. Good morning. James, what's going on, my brother? James, an AllBall TV member. I want Nick Richards. Things will run way easier with Charlotte on like Utah with the general manager, aka Birdman. Or you want to go with the general manager of Charlotte, where they would deal with them? That makes sense too, because Danny Ainge is out of his mind. We should have got a good center 2 years ago. Have you not seen Hukiporti play? Look up his highlights. You'll be surprised. I've seen some of it on Twitter, but I don't know where we drafted him at. I usually watch on Twitter. I'll sub on YouTube as should the rest of you on here. Yeah, I appreciate that. Anybody on Twitter? Get it. Listen, if you on AllBall TV's page on Twitter, click the profile, click the link, come on our YouTube channel, subscribe there. That's how you show us more love and you keep us going, and we get AllBall actually on camera. And it won't be AI AllBall. It'll be the real life AllBall. 169 people in here. Hit that like button. That's right. Lord D's Beatdown ate the game channel. That's a hell of a name, Lord D's. That's the last of it. AllBall. Any last words for over 250, 300 people in the building on YouTube? Over 500 in the building in total.
Big shout out to everybody, man. Big shout out to all of y'all, man. Appreciate the love, support. Please share, like, hit the subscribe button, become members. And we love this, man. And, just help us get to the next level. And y'all will be on the ride with us. Pause. But, hey, man, happy 4th to everybody. Happy holidays. Please be safe out there. We appreciate everything y'all do for us. Knicks Rehab in the building, y'all.
You know who that is.
AllBall suckers.
You know who I am. y'all. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.